My name is Sai Kiran. I am from ECB section. My topic is evaluation of microprocessor. When the central processor unit is made of only one integrated circuit, it becomes a microprocessor. It has millions of transistors and electronic components to process multiple instructions at a time. All these are one silicon chip which has memory and the other special features to support the computer system. It is programmable in way to read binary instructions from memory and then execute to task to deliver the needed output. It is useful for storing data, device interactions and sending receiving data simultaneously. A microprocessor has many components like transistors, registers, diodes which come together to perform. The ability of the chip has been become more complex with the technology evolution. The functionality has been better and the speed has become faster now. Most devices need to have microprocessors to function. It is an element that brings intelligence to the device, be it a computer or mobile or any electronic devices need an interface to handle data that only a microprocessor provides. And it still has a long way to go with the development of artificial intelligence. There are three steps of microprocessor follows. Fetch the instructions are in the storage from where the processor fetches them. Decode it then decode the instruction to provide to assign the tasks further. During this, an arithmetic and logic unit is also to register the data temporarily. Execute the assigned tasks undergoes executions and reach the output port in the binary form. Arithmetic and logic unit, arithmetic, logic, control, and register array make, make up the microprocessor. The ALU deals with the input devices or memory for receiving data. The control unit takes care of instructions and structure. Register array identifies and save the registers like B, C, and accumulator. This is the block diagram of microprocessor. It contains AL input device, ALU control unit, register array, and output device. Instructions per cycle, a way, a way to measure CPU's instruction speed in single clock instructions. These are the commands that a processor understands to work between hardware and software bus. Set of conductors for a data transmission, information control, and tasks addresses in a microprocessor. There are the three types: data bus and address bus and control bus. Word length refer to the number of bits processed at a time. Clock speed or clock rate, the ability microprocessor to perform tasks in a second bandwidth. Refer to the total bits in a single instruction. Data types. Data type process microprocessor supports like binary, ASCII, etc. Single instruction multiple data PGA. Pin grid array, floating point, unit ALU, multimedia extension AMU, memory management U. Evolution of microprocessors. This is the evolution of microprocessor. The Intel Corporation come out of the first generation of microprocessor in 1971. They were 4-bit processor, namely Intel 4004. The speed of the processor was 740 kHz, taking 60k instructions per second. It had 2300 transistors and 16 pins inside built on a single chip. It was useful for simple arithmetic and logic operations. A control unit was there to understand the instructions from memory and execute the task. Second generation 8-bit microprocessor. The second generation began at the 1973 by Intel as the first 8-bit microprocessor. It was useful for the arithmetic and logical operations on 8-bit. The first processor was 8008 with a clock speed of 500 kilohertz and 50k instructions per second, followed by an 80880 microprocessor in 1974 with a speed of 2 megahertz and 60k instructions per second. Lastly came the 8085 microprocessor in 1976, having an ability of 769230 instructions per second with 3 megahertz speed. Third generation. The third generation began with 8086 and 8088 microprocessors in 1978 with 4.778 and 10 megahertz speed and 2.5 million instructions per second. Other important inventions were Zilog Z800 and 80286, which came out in 1982, could read 4 million instructions per second with 68 pins inside. Fourth generation 32-bit microprocessor. Fifth generation 64 microprocessor. The applications evolution of microprocessors in different applications. Business calculator was the first device to use the microprocessor in 1971. Soon after, Com- Commodore PET included it in 1971. Device home computer, the washing machine and household devices also had microchip by 1977 to the 1980s. Arcade mania came up by Namco, igniting a novel trend. The Osborne One laptop of 1981 had 5 screens with 10.7 kgs of weight and a processor. The gaming business also took in the processor with the NES in 1986. The era of the personal computer in 1991 led to the wide use of microprocessors, followed by music players like MP3 and iPod in 1977 to 2001, respectively. Early 2000 saw the launch of the BlackBerry smartphone and Microsoft Windows tablet. The notebook came out in 2008 with better media and internet connect. Digital signatures like internet devices, automobiles, etc. also use high-end microprocessors since 2011. Ultrabook uses the latest technology since 2011 with high performance of computing experience. These are the steps and generations to evolution of the microprocessors and the applications of microprocessors. Thank you.